everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a crafting update. I might sew a little bit, but I take a long time sewing, so I'll see how much I talk. I also went to a European market because I wanted to get ice cream. I love the berry ice cream. I tried to reserve those days for when I go to the market after a school day or after the school day, um, just in case I have a dairy reaction, and in a couple of days before I go into class, because if it's never happened before and it doesn't usually happen with, or it hasn't happened with ice cream, but if I do get hives, I would be able to take stuff before class starts, so hopefully the reaction goes down enough to where I would be in class still. But I went to a different market because the one that I have been going to closes earlier than the one I went to today. And they are actually a Bulgarian market. I didn't realize that. They have other types of their food there too, but they didn't have the ice cream, and that was okay because I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'll just see the other stuff that they have there. I tried a delicious dessert. It was honey with, it was like a cocoa honey cake. So, like, it had the cocoa on the outside, um, and then the cake had honey in it. I enjoyed it. I felt like it tasted lighter because it wasn't like a super heavy dessert, which was nice. And I'm happy whenever I go to these markets, like a lot of their stuff is inexpensive. Well, I haven't gotten everything there, but the stuff that will I get at the markets, they're usually pretty inexpensive. That was like 95 cents. There is the Turkish delights. They had the small ones for like 40 cents. I don't know how it would be in other countries, but um, it's not cheap for other things here. Like if you go to a regular supermarket here, and I did get a black currant drink, so I have it here, and um, I like the drink too, and um, I did get a bag because they had it there, and I had stuff that I was carrying, so I feel like this could be a bag that I could carry stuff around when I'm in the house too, because I tend to go downstairs and bring a bunch of stuff. I don't really bring my backpack that much because there's other stuff that I don't want to carry, and then I um just keep it in there. So I have some knitting stuff in here. I have the folder where I keep the some of the patterns, but I haven't printed all of them. I printed the Olympian sweater. I was going to work on that today, but I ended up working on the Home Sweet Home washcloth. And it looks cool as a pouch because I did knit it bottom up. So this is the progress. So I love this pattern, and I don't know if I'll use up all the yarn for it, but I definitely have enough. I'm also going to, I might show that section because I have the some wonky houses in that section too for now because I wasn't sure where I was going to put it, and I love the way that they are together. So that section underneath, there's an area where I keep majority of the yarn, and I'm going to take out the yarn that's too warm to knit on in this area. Um, and because I could put it in another bag. Sometimes I feel like, well, there's a lot of bags, but then at the same time, I'm like, I have stuff out because I don't have a place to put it. So I feel like it is helpful to have them. Um, and I might just keep a couple of skeins here that feel comfortable to knit on. So when I do visit the area, I could just, if I wanted to start a project, maybe I could just use yarn that I have already. Or, let's see. Well, there's the yarn shop, but I haven't really gone into the yarn shop that often. Mainly because, well, I was thinking I was gonna get more Ukrainian yarn, and Teti just came out with her pattern. I'm going to purchase it. I'm using the discount that's available until Sunday because I really, really want to knit it, and I have hopes to knit it with the yarn that I'm going to get. And I do actually need one more egg. I call them eggs because of the way that they're shaped for this project. Another one of these, and since it was exam week, I was mainly doing that. I wasn't really doing much of other stuff. And if I was knitting, I was trying to work on this one since it goes by quickly, and then I do other stuff while I'm knitting on this, and I bring this to class too. I'll take the skeins out to show what it looks like without it because it's going to be a cloth, or you could put a pot over it, but I don't know. This is cotton, but I don't know like the temperature that you could put on top of it unless you just wanted to put something cool on top of it and not on the counter. But I'd say this one's coming up. Well, it is moving forward well. Again, I haven't knit on it, but I love doing color work, so, and I love the way that it's turning out. It has a gentle contrast, which is not what I have in my um the knitted garments that I've made. then and I'm also not making it into a pouch, even though I think it would look really like cool as a pouch because I didn't carry my floats. And depending on the project or where it's at in the project, um, sometimes I don't carry the floats and how long the floats would be. So I think it is still turning out really well. And I think I'll be finished soon. I've been in the sewing mood, which is great for somebody that has multiple sewing machines. I use mainly two of them. The the first one that I got, it's there isn't anything wrong with the sewing machine. It's just a modern one that I haven't connected to in that way. So I mainly just wind the bobbins on there, and you can wind the bobbins on the antique ones too. I just haven't done it. So, and then my mom's sewing machine is downstairs, and I remember I wouldn't intentionally like I wasn't I didn't know what to do with the sewing machine. So like I remember one time I went into the room that had it and I just like pressed the pedal because I didn't know anything of how it would what would happen, to be honest. I know it seems like a straightforward thing, but it got clogged and then I didn't know what to do and then I just kind of left it like that. So, but it still works. It's not broken or anything. And I'm happy that the exams and the quiz went well. I was actually tired by the end of the time that I was on campus. I took the exam on campus instead of taking it at home because I didn't want to. Well, I'm still sorting the stuff out in the room, but you have to you have to have the webcam on while you're um taking the test. So I was like, I'll just take it on campus. It doesn't matter. And I think because like I don't sleep before the class because I don't really have much of a sleep schedule and I tend to fall asleep technically early in the morning, but and also technically late for regular times when you would normally fall asleep. And so I just end up staying up. Like I tried to at least lay down to get that type of rest, but still I still don't fall asleep. Um Sometimes I do. But I think because in the beginning I actually wasn't expecting there to be much math. if anything. Of course, they're reviews off of quizzes that we've had that's different from the other quiz that I took. So the quiz that I took was a drug quiz. So we get different drugs every week. And that was 100, and it's been exciting to be able to do these things in class. And um, it was funny because the in for the exam I got the same score that I got last time. A little less fatigued last time, but this time I got, well, both times I got a 96. And I think because math is like not exciting for me, and you know when you do something that's not exciting to you and you ought, at least for me, I automatically just like get tired because I'm like my body doesn't want to do it. So there were mainly equations in the beginning, and then towards the end it was the regular questions. So, and this is gonna be TMI, so I'm sorry if this is like too TMI, but that was like almost the first day, like going into, I guess technically the second day, but I started it late. It was, well, it is technically my time of the month, and I usually try to stay at home if I can, just because, like, with it being more like times when you go to freshen up, and I'm lucky that I was wearing scrubs because that's the uniform, because I by the end of the time I was on campus I did leak a little, but it wasn't like, luckily it wasn't in a noticeable spot, and it couldn't even been during the drive home. I'm not sure, but uh, those thoughts just like get in your head when you're on your period and you're like, oh my god, and you just think like, I hope I don't leak or anything. So I washed it as soon as I got back, and it completely just is, it doesn't have any staining from it, which is fantastic because I only have one uniform that they gave us. So um, for crafting things, it's mainly been sewing, and it could also be because I I feel like a lot of the things, like a lot of the yarn that I'm sewing with, so that I'm knitting with, is too warm, and I've been using the Ukrainian yarn and the cotton yarn for the cloth, and those have been at least cool enough to knit on. So, um, and the contrast colors, like the ones that aren't the Ukrainian colors, I kind of, they aren't like super large sections, and I tend to go a little quicker. I'm pretty steady with it, but get through those areas because they are warm on my hands. So the other project that I was thinking about, I actually wanted to get like a keychain, but I wasn't sure when or what I would get. Since I've been showing these, I was thinking I could do a flag, and then um I'll see. And then either put yarn or scrap fabric in it. scrap yarn or scrap fabric in it to stuff it. I might do a little bit of a border of the um I might do a little border of exposing the thread. I don't know if there's a specific term for it because on a quilting you have your thread showing, and I might not do that too. It depends, but I'll see, and then I can add it to my purse or bag. I think if I do a mini project, it could be that, and I could cut this stuff up. I don't have a keychain thing, but I'll just attach it with something else. So I did renew a book at the library, and it's The Small Quilt Crafts by Jennifer Geiger. I wanted to do a couple things. I mainly wanted to do the someone here. Sorry. The babushka, or like a pouch. So there's this pouch, but then this one is for shoes, and I've never heard of that before. And I don't know if it's because, like, maybe it's like a traveling thing, and I travel, but I don't travel where I'm carrying stuff like that. But um, I think I'm just going to do my own measurements. I see that it says 3/4 of a yard, so 45 inches and 1/4, 45 inches wide. Of the yellow. 10 inches by 14 inches. And I'm gradually reading sewing stuff, so that's also me trying to envision what they're telling me. Um, I mean, there's a couple of things. I really like the pattern on the other pouch, so I could do that. This is technically like a tea cozy, but I don't know. Well, I don't have a tea cozy, or I don't have a teapot, and um, I don't really drink tea, which is, it might be surprising to people. But I was thinking I could make it and then put it on my featherweight sewing machine because it's just on my dresser. I don't really know where to put it right now because I don't want to put it back in its box because the box is, I haven't aired it out yet. It's not in an attic or where it was before, well, obviously before it was sent to me, because it has just a strong musky smell, and I didn't want to open it. I had it open the first time I got it out of the box when it was sent to me, and it was like in the loft area of the house. They call it a loft area. It's like an extra living space or family room upstairs where the stairs are, like the hallway and stuff. So that was like a completely open space, and I went to went downstairs to put the boxes in the garage, like the stuff that was going in recycling, or what it was sent to me in. And I went upstairs and it just smelled so strongly of the box. And I had the fan on overnight, and I feel like I don't know if I still had the box open, but I definitely had the sewing machine because that had to like air out too. Um, and luckily the sewing machine is a lot better than what it was before in terms of like the smell of it. So, I feel that the sewing machine top would be okay because technically it already has a case. I don't really want to buy another case for it because it fits the sewing machine as it was intended. There's also coasters in here too. I feel like it's giving me good ideas, and in terms of like exposed thread, it's also helping me understand like exposing the thread because in my brain I'm thinking I don't want to expose the threads of any of the things. Oh, that was the receipt from when I was there. So there's some pineapples, and they say that they're coasters, but I guess it's placemats. Oh, well, is that? Oh, a tray pad. Pineapple tray pad. So it's fun to get some ideas, and oh, this is the placemat. I do like that one a lot too. I have shown this book a couple of times, so I'm not sure what fabric I'm going to use. Did I say I was gonna do the bag for my shoes? Yeah, I did say it. Because I'm like, I want it to be big enough to where it could fit the shoe, one shoe in it. I don't want both the shoes in it. I'm gonna make two because the Converse scuff so easily and they scuff each other. So when I get back in the house, I carry them up the stairs. Then I try not to carry them like together, and if I do, I like kind of put one a little above the other so they don't, hopefully they don't scuff each other. And then I have a place to where I can put it, like it's just a plastic storage bag where I kept my shoes, and I put it on top of that because I don't want it on the floor. So every time I use the shoes, I'm just cleaning it. I don't, I'm not cleaning the bottom of the shoe, but I'm cleaning like uh, the top of the shoe or boot. So, um, this would be cool, like a sewing heart and leaf safety pouch. Pennsylvania Dutch folk art. And I would see like I have done drawstring bags before, but just with hand sewing. I do like the idea of like showing the thread that surrounds the design. So those are like the main things. I'm still thinking about what design I would do for the shoe bags. And then it would be big enough to have a plastic bag in it too, because I don't really want the shoes to dirty the knitted this the sewn part of the bag, or not what I did, but just have the plastic bag in there. But I'm still gonna line it with other fabric too. So I think I might get this stuff ready for the sewing. I'm kind of thinking of how big I would want it. Or if I do, because I was thinking either doing four, so two of each color because it's the front and back, or do two, like one of the blue and one of the yellow, and then when I sew them together, I could, I mean, you don't really expose those areas in sewing, so I'm not sure. But I'm also trying to cut straight too. So let me just cut one section, actually. Sorry. Oh, I could have cut them at the same time. Oh, okay. So I'm not necessarily a political person, which is why I'm like, I don't know. But I've been trying to just pacify the mind, and I'm I feel like I'm okay, but I also, did I? Oh, I didn't cut it off completely. Oh, wait. Because one might say, yeah, it's cool to be the individual you, and I still stand by that. Um, I also feel like diplomacy is also is important, and how America is being represented now is definitely not good, because you also see the news about people having voters remorse um, after they voted, and the support for the president is like the lowest that it has been in history. And then there's like petitions, like all petition being signed of to go against Trump's dangerous agenda. That was how it was so said to be. And I don't know if all the states are doing it, but I feel the state that I'm in is like recounting the votes from the election. At least that's what I've heard. Um, because definitely not everyone voted for him, and then some people like that had the I need to plug my laptop in, that were saying that they regret it because like they're just like they believe that when he said he was going to help veterans or homeless people and the lower lower the cost of living. Let me get my charger. And then like I don't know if they would, because I'm not in another country, but I don't know if they're just like being like Trump doesn't like us, like the other countries, and it's like Trump doesn't even like the people in his own country. And people are constantly getting deported. Like there's a 2-year-old that apparently got deported, and other people, some were accidentally deported, and even people that were born here too are getting letters to leave the country. So um, it's kind of uh, time for us too. So when people are like having these new regulations about Americans coming into their country, I'm just like, oh. So hopefully, I think that it'll be, well, I think stuff is like actions are being planned for those situations, and there's more protesting that's been going on. But I didn't want to make this into a political video, but I also am hoping that like because you don't want other countries to turn against your country, that I'm hoping that they're not thinking that all of America voted for him too. I am not sure. So when I was thinking about, oh, sorry, I ended up so abruptly. But because I already know people are going through other stuff in their country too, and I don't want to make everything even worse. So I was kind of thinking if like there's one in One Piece, it would be like that, maybe. And then, because then it would end up being like a tube and wouldn't have a specific structure, or more of a structure than the other way that I was thinking about. Because then I would, it's not going to be the shape, I just cut extra because I'm going to sew them together. So if I do just if I do just one in one piece, then I would do the outline for the white exposed thread, but because in my mind it's a new thing to expose the thread for me, because again, you don't usually expose thread that much, or at least like for clothes and things. And this could also be something different too, like I have to think about it, so maybe I won't sew, but another way I was thinking about it, and so it would be kind of more straightforward, is that if I do two of each, so cut this in half and this, and then sew one side and sew the other side, and then sew those pieces together, and then I wouldn't expose the thread. I might not expose the thread for this because I feel like I'm kind of forcing the concept on it, the project. But then I would just like stuff it afterwards. So that could be a thing, but I might I might do it. And I was kind of thinking making it a little smaller because it is going to be a keychain on my bag. But I also wanted to read a specific way. So these are just ideas, or I can make it into a heart. That would be fun. That would actually be really cool too. So instead of making it like just the rectangle, well, that's cool too. I can't really shape it completely right now. Oh my god, that would be so fun. But to make it into like a heart and then put it as a keychain on my bag. So I think that might be the path that I'm going on. I finished my homework for the week for the main course. I still have the other side coursework to do, which is an extension of the class, um, or the vocational course, if you will. And then I still had to do the CPR course, which is just online. It's just to say that I did it. Like I had to get the shots for to do this, sorry, course too. So I handed those, or they have it on record that I got the vaccines. But I think I'm going to uh, stop the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too um, repetitive, or it, because I don't, and with political things and everything else going on, I tried to have it. I know that maybe it seems like it could be overtly optimistic, but to come on the channel and not feel like that has to be on your mind all the time, like there could be times where you could be able to calm your mind and almost shut it off because it could like bring a little serene energy or other like not those types of energies in. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, maybe I'll do a quick picture of the wonky houses lined up, and I'm going to film that area showing them anyway, because I'll take out the yarn. So this is what it looks like right now. And it's on the bench that is against the wall in the room. So I feel like it's on a good track. I'm happy that, well, I didn't get the blue fabric yet to do the other ones, but I feel that it was a good choice to use these fabrics as the main fabrics because they are ones that you could get, and I mean some stores might have lower stock than others, but it's more of an accessible fabric, at least for the houses and stuff. So I don't know, with the list of houses, is it gonna even fit on just one um, blanket or quilt? But I'll see, and I'll see if it's even durable enough to be a like on a quilt. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.